Hey guys, this is Glorious Fruit, and here to talk about are the AirPod Max worth it after 3 years of release? And my answer is probably not. It's a weird thing to say because I own a pair of myself, but I got lucky because I got an open box roughly a year after the release, around $300, and yet it's still probably not entirely worth it buying it for $300. But I still do like them. For those of you who have not gotten them and thinking about it after getting your tax returns, not here to entirely discourage you, but I'm here to give you warnings of what you could possibly see because Apple has not done a good job of telling their customers of what you could probably see in your AirPod Max and what issues you could see, and they still have not gone out of their way to do that at all. And to save you guys headaches or to give yourself the more to think about, here are some of these other reasons. Okay, starting off with the first issue is condensation. And what do I mean by that? Well, removing this earmuff, there's little water droplets that goes around here, and this is due to because they're out in the open or they're in your case, and after a long day or you decide to listen to music, you pull them out and you put it on your ears. Due to the coolness of the headphones are already they are at, your head provides that warmth to your ears, and so the warmth just travels through the earmuffs, and after, let's say, probably an estimated of an hour of use, there's little water droplets, and you put yourself probably don't know, maybe you didn't do extensive research on them. Then over time, after a few weeks or a month, you get that weird stench smell on your earmuffs, and that's another thing that Apple does not really say anything about. That after prolonged use, you should wash this, and I think it's pretty obvious that you should wash these maybe after a few weeks, with laundry detergent. All that water droplets, just this soaks it up, and then you just smell it around your earmuffs, maybe due to your own sweat. But yeah, there's little droplets that could potentially harm your AirPod Max. The best way to deal with these, if you just decide to get them anyways, leave them out in the open. Don't put them back in the case after using them. Let some airflow go through. And it's probably better to take off the earmuffs after using them and let that airflow go through. My second thing is don't use the case. The case sucks so much. For one, you have that, going back to the condensation conversation. After using them, you put them here. You're still having those water droplets stay because there's still some warmth in the headphones, and you're keeping that warmth by covering them with this. And it's way better to have some airflow go through the headphones. If you don't travel around with your AirPod Max, it's better just to leave them out in the open with on your desk or on a headstand. Now, if you do go out and around, it's probably better to get a third party case, just because, well, for one, it's just better because, come on, look at this. It's not a good use to protect your headphones. Two, it's probably better to find one where you can take off the earmuffs and put them in a little pocket that maybe a case that is able to provide. There's that. The third thing is, for anyone who's thinking of using it for working out, they're not good at working out. You're better off getting the AirPods Pro or the third generation AirPods, because they're absolutely not good for working out, because the same reason, condensation, and then your own sweat. You're gonna be frying the motherboard, and you're gonna be possibly paying 299 if you don't get Apple Care, and it's probably better off you get Apple Care because there's just a lot of issues. Another thing is, don't wear them when your hair's wet. For some reason, not a lot of people do extensive research that the headphones, they are not sweat resistant like the AirPods Pro, the second generations, where they fixed that way better compared to the first generation AirPod Pros and the third generation AirPods. They're not sweat resistant at all, so any little water droplets could bring possible issues. And I've been using mine for 3 years, and I'm starting to see some issues because I now, for some dumb reason, start making some research because I it's hard to connect these. And which brings me my next point is that don't hold off from using your Apple Care or paying 299 to fix them, because yes, 299 without Apple Care, you would have to pay that to fix. And so my one tip is take off the earmuffs. Let the battery die out. Don't charge them or anything. Just let it die out. After the battery is dead, charge them up. And hopefully you did leave them out in the open for some airflow to come through. Put back the earmuffs on and then connect it again on your phone or on your Apple TV or on your PC if you use them for gaming. They will fix, and it's just because they probably had too much water droplets and the speaker just stopped working because of all the water droplets, or maybe it one of the little droplets touched the motherboard or whatnot, and it's getting and it's for some reason it just makes the Macs stop working, and hopefully not completely stop working, because I do get that issues now after roughly 3 years of using these. It helps. I guess it's not too late that you would have to pay money to fix them, but it helps. Now, if for some reason it completely breaks, I do have a link where it does help if you're good at fixing things on your own, or you you have experience on fixing on electronic parts. There's this website. I am going to go off on this part, but first let's go to the website. It's called Joe's. I will put the link on the video, and you're more than welcome to click on it and look through it yourself. For those of you who already have AirPod Maxes and for some reason it recently broke and you're good at fixing things yourself, they do provide parts on fixing it on for yourself. So there's a list of parts. Each one has a different prices. So like this is already here, but it's 150 for the right side, and it's gonna be the same thing for the left side. They have parts for this as well. You click on it and each one will have its own price. Like charging port would be 100, microphone $60, headband jack $60. So each one will have its own pricing. Not all of them is gonna be around 100 and up. And it's a cheaper alternative. Another thing is, if you're gonna fix it yourself, watch out for this, because Apple does not tell you at all, because they don't want to tell you, because they're gonna want you to go to them and pay that 299 or use your Apple Care to get them fixed. These screws, they're not your typical screw where you counterclockwise unscrew it. It's a one twist screw for each of these, and then you're able to pull them out using a little plier or whatever you have. Because I had to learn that the hard way myself, and eventually I started doing my own investigation after breaking one of the screws, or what holds the screw, and I had to buy myself a replacement part, which luckily it's not a whole lot of money. I don't the outside cup. It's I mean it's not that expensive, but luckily it wasn't expensive for me to pay for. But yeah, $40. There we go. It wasn't a lot to replace that part. Uh, but yeah, it's just ridiculous on how much it is. And then if you're not good at fixing yourself and you don't want to pay the 299, This is also another alternative. Joe's does fix them. There's some reviews. You're more than welcome to go look for more investigation if this is a legit business. It is a legit business. I did buy a part here, so I wasn't scammed or anything. So luckily for this guy, a lifesaver. So each of these do have different prices. Sound, it's 160, not a lot to pay compared to what Apple provides. A few of these are a little more expensive for obvious reasons. For like charging, it's 200. Going back to physical damage, depending how much it is probably 250 is the price for sure you're gonna pay. Maybe not exactly for sure to pay, just because it's an estimated total, so maybe it could be less depending on your issue, but you get the gist of it. So like after sound, the majority of it is pretty expensive, 250. So the most expensive is 250. You save yourself what, $49, which is not the best alternative. Maybe there's other options for you out there. Maybe there's a local place that can save you more money, but in terms of parts, this is a good place to go find parts to fix it yourself if you're that type of person who can has that patience to fix it. Just like myself, I end up going out of my way to fix it myself. And then they also provide third-party earmuffs, which they're not the genuine part, but there's there for you. But yeah. Now, if you're still dead set to buy the AirPod Max, you're thinking, yeah, you're responsible enough to take care of them and avoid all these issues. You're gonna take these tips to heart. Let's go with saving yourself some bit of money. For one, let's start going with the Apple Store. And I'm pretty sure, hopefully I'm pretty sure that you've made your own investigation as well. Well, for some dumb reason, for any of the colors, it's still $549 from the original price. Nothing. But as for Amazon and Best Buy, they dropped to $70, except for the red one for some weird reason. For Amazon, they're keeping it. Oh, actually, no. They're now $479.89, which is awesome. So any color you want, if it's available, $479.89. For Best Buy, the same thing, any color you want, $479.89. Now, if you're dead set, go for it. If you're using for working out, don't get it for if you could just use it for working out. They're not the best. You're better off with the second generation AirPod Pros, or the third generation, or any other ear plugs that are sweat resistant, because these are not the best fit. They're not sweat resistant. If there's a second generation coming up, hopefully they are, but don't use these. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, what I have to say. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel. I like doing these random videos. It's kind of fun, and I'll have the link for this one if you already own a pair and if they gone broken, you already know the issue and you just need a part. This is the place. Believe eBay, certain third-party sellers also sell parts like these, but I found this is the best place to get it because they have everything already. But yeah, see you guys next time, and bye.